Okay, well, continuing with my collection, this is going to be a little awkward. This is in my closet, though I open these doors, I have a light inside of it. Just where I have my Overwatch stuff, which, of course, a video game I play a lot. All my horror is in here, as well as some other stuff. So let me attempt to get the horror done here. First of all, a couple collectibles. I haven't found a great place for this yet. I had it on this is, of course, the clown from It. Look at that. Beautiful, isn't it? That is, yeah, that's three-dimensional. I have a magnet on the back, and I also have be able to hang it. So I'm going to hang it someplace. I'm going to rearrange my collection, so whenever I finally come up with where it's going to go, that's where it's going to go. Secondly, is The Bride of Chucky. Let me slide that out and show it to you. I won this in a contest from Channel Dawnstar. It was very cool. Yeah, I had first choice, and of course I took this. It's awesome. Really like it a lot. I will take it out of the box eventually. The box is a little banged up. I don't really care because I'm going to take it out anyway. But it's nice in the box for now. It holds a place here amongst the horror collectible stuff that I've got and horror movies I've got. So that's kind of cool. I'm going to slide it back there where I've had it. But it's very nice, very well detailed. Eventually, I think, like I said, I'll take it out. The champagne bottle will go in her hand. I think there's a cigarette also that can go in her hand. So I will set that up someplace when I get my horror shelf prepared. But I've got a lot of horror, and quite frankly, it's going to be difficult to find a place for all of it. But let me start with, let's see where to start with this. Because I've got stuff that is mixed in here. I think science fiction is mixed in with horror. So I want to do the science fiction stuff separately. And I'm kind of sort of, doing that as we speak. All right. Let's start right here. Let's start with some DVDs. First up, we'll get to the Blu-rays after. Pet Sematary by Stephen King. This is the special collector's edition. This is on DVD. Sometimes Dead is Better. Love Pet Sematary. Great Stephen King movie. Stars Fred Gwynne made an appearance in this, which I thought was really good. He's not the star of the movie, but he certainly is. I think really, really good in it. And just a fairly simple inside. Just a simple disc, but great movie. Highly recommend Pet Sematary. Next, I picked this up at Walmart for dirt cheap. This is the Puppet Master collection. 9 movies. I probably paid, I bet you I paid $9 or less for it. About $1 a movie, I'm going to guess. These are, in case you're interested in these Puppet Master, the 4 movies are on one disc and 5 on the other. So you can kind of imagine what the quality is going to look like on these. It's not the greatest. Put up by Echo Bridge, not one that I'm real familiar with. But, it was watchable. So, unless you're a big fan of these movies, I'm not thinking that they have to. I'm going to put the ones I've gone through up here for now. Next, this is a Mill Creek. Mill Creek's, for me, is pretty good. And this is 13 movies. And this one is going to be another one where there's this is, 3 discs, I think, in this one? They're all on one spindle. Let me see. Yeah, 3 discs. You got 4 movies, and then 5 movies. So again, although I think Mill Creek is how they look on the inside here. And I like the idea of movies like this because you get 13 of them. I'll tell you what they are. You get Carnage, Kathy's Curse, Funeral Home, Lurkers, Don't Look in the Basement, The Ghost, Legacy of Blood, Terror Creatures from the Grave, The Terror, that with Jack Nicholson and Boris Karloff from 1963, House on Haunted Hill from 1959 with Vincent Price, The Screaming Skull, Tormented, and The Murder Mansion. So you've got a couple really fairly well-known movies, and then some other ones, like The Ghost stars Barbara Steele, Legacy of Blood stars John Carradine. These are movies anywhere from the 50s, I guess. Yeah, late 50s through, let's see, what's the most recent one? 1988, I guess. Yeah, 1988. But a good mix. I thought the quality on these were pretty good. I haven't watched all of them, but the ones I watched, the quality was pretty good. So you can pick this up probably at Walmart, places like that. Not bad. Another collection. I don't mind the collections for a lot of reasons. This one, I guess this counts as a movie. I thought this was really good. I think this was done by somebody else and then remade by Stephen King, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm talking about Kingdom Hospital. This is the entire series where malevolence meets malpractice. Yeah, good stuff. Scary, I thought. Some special features on it. Stephen King and filmmaker commentary. Yeah. Just like that. And just in case you're... I get this at FYE. Each disc has like a few episodes on it that look like that. And this has got the flip thing going on. And each one of the discs looks a little different, so good idea there. I thought it was really good. I would recommend Kingdom Hospital, the entire series. For a TV series. Again, it's not, I thought it was pretty good. Goes there. Next. This one, I just recently saw the American version of this. This is the Japanese. It's all three movies. This is, I got this for really cheap too at FYE. I think I paid $5 for this or something. It's got 6 discs in it. This is the One Missed Call trilogy. I watched the first one. I thought it was really good. I can't remember what the remake is called, but the premise of the movie is that you get a phone call on your cell phone, and it's the actual recording of your death. Comes in advance of your death, but then, yeah. So, good stuff. There's a making of documentary and some other stuff on here. So that's a trilogy. So that's six discs in there. Each I don't know why it's 6 discs. Let me look at that again. Is it extras or something? I think because the movie was just on 1 disc, so I'm not sure what the... I guess it was all the special features. Yeah, it has to be. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. Anyway, One Missed Call. Next up is another 4-movie marathon. This has got 2 discs in it. See, I take it back. It's got 1 disc, 4 movies. And, it's one of these things where it comes out from Universal. I thought the quality on this, again, wasn't bad. And considering the 4 movies you get, these are aliens. This probably was better off in science fiction. You know what? Yeah, I'll show it in science fiction too, probably. But since I started talking about it, I'll show you what it is. You got John Carpenter's The Thing, John Carpenter's Village of the Damned. You've got Virus with Jamie Lee Curtis, and then John Carpenter's They Live. Of course, classic. They Live. Sort of a. I don't want to say almost like a cult classic, I guess, but good stuff. Yeah. Okay. So 4. Those are the Midnight Marathon pack. I got 2 of those. I'll show the other one now. Actually, I got 3 of those. So I'll show all 3. These certainly belong in the horror realm here. Interesting what they include on this. Again, this is like $6 or something at Walmart. Psycho 2, Psycho 3, Psycho 4, and Bates Motel. I've seen all of them. The quality of these weren't bad. Anthony Perkins, of course, stars in Psycho 2, 3, and 4, and then Bud Cort does a great job, I thought, in Bates Motel. Missing is Psycho, but I already have Psycho on a Hitchcock collection, so I didn't care much about that. And the third one I've got I think fits the realm here. Again, the 4 Midnight Horror Pack. These are some pretty good movies, actually, that you get on these. I'm not as familiar with these. I have not watched these, so I can't comment. Again, it's one disc with 4 movies put up by Universal. And there's no extras on these. But this stars Kevin Costner, Michael Keaton, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Kate Hudson. So you've got some decent stars here. The Return, White Noise, Dragonfly, and The Skeleton Key. So this is you can put out one disc and watch 4 movies in an afternoon, which has some advantages, I guess. So I like the 4 Midnight Marathon packs. Again, the quality wasn't the greatest, but better than you might expect. Okay, this one. Ooh, I didn't know this. I've got Voodoo Movies on this thing. I don't know why I didn't know that. Make sure Well, one of the advantages sometimes when you pick up something like this is you do get those. And this is decent here. This is again, this is an 8 horror collection. And you find I don't mind the horror. I don't necessarily need Blu-rays for horror. That's not the point. Usually, they're dark. A lot of these things were shot on budgets that weren't great. Not everything is a Poltergeist budget or even Halloween. As much as I like the Blu-rays, anyway, here's what we got here: Waxwork, 976 Evil 2, Ghoulies 3, The Unholy, Chud 2, Chopping Mall, Slaughter High in 1999. So 8 horror movies on 2 discs. Yeah, 2 discs. So you got 4 on each one. Put up by Lionsgate. Quality of this was fair, but like I said, not unbearable for me. Okay, what else do we have here? I'm trying to go through the ones that have multiple ones on before I get into individual ones. Here's a quadruple. These are called thrillers. Yeah, I put this in horror. Why did I put it in horror? I don't remember. Something made me think this was more horror. Fear, Mark Wahlberg, Reese Witherspoon, The Watcher, Raising Cain, and A Kiss Before Dying. Quadruple thriller pack. This one on 2 DVDs, so you get 2 movies on each one. No extras on this to speak of. What else we got here? Okay, here's one here. Oh, I forgot I had this. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have watched, even though I have the plastic on, I have slipped this off and watched it. That's what I should have done on the other ones I got. I forgot I had this. This is the Turner Classic Movies Greatest Classic Films Collection, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, The Haunting, House of Wax, the classic, Vincent Price, and then Freaks, which is what I watched, and that is a freaky movie, I'll tell you what. Actual freaks were used in it, and it's a good. I like it. It's a good movie. What else we got here? Oh, I bought this off of Amazon, and oh no, I didn't. I don't think I did. It's got the cutout on it. Yeah, this does have a couple extras like theatrical trailers and stuff. These are flipper discs. I hate those, but I love these movies. So these are 4 Dracula movies. Horror of Dracula, Dracula Has Risen from the Grave, Taste the Blood of Dracula, and Dracula AD 1972. Watched all 4 of these. Decent quality on them. They're I believe these were Hammer, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure these were Hammer. Yeah, I think these are all Hammer films. They were good. I love the Hammer films anyway, so yeah, good stuff there. Just slide these down a little bit if I can. There we go. Yeah. What else we got here? That's collection. Here's a collection. I loved the cover on this. Got this used. 5 movies, all starring one of my favorite actors in the horror genre, and that is Boris Karloff. This is the Boris Karloff collection. This is one of these things that slide out of here like that. Love the cover on it. There's a little fog blocking them. This one has like 2 movies on each one. So you got Night Key, Tower of London, The Climax, The Strange Door, The Black Castle. Yeah. No real extras on this. But I thought, good movies. The quality of these were decent. This is what they call the franchise collection. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's go to this. This is, I got this dirt cheap at FYE. I can't remember what I paid for it. I got it used. It was like in primo condition. In fact, it was one of these things that was marked used, but it looked brand new, and I think it was brand new. Again, not necessarily needing to have Blu-rays on everything. So this is a Nightmare on Elm Street collection, 8 movies, 8 discs in one of these kind of cases, which I like. Anytime I can save space, I'm a big fan. And this one's got individual discs for each of the movies. Yeah. So yeah, big fan of this one. One of my favorite horror collections, Nightmare on Elm Street. Like it much better than Jason or even Halloween, although Halloween to me is the scariest of the modern day horror movies, in my opinion. The first Halloween. Even the second one was pretty good too. Okay, so that's Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm not going to be able to put all these up here. I'm going to keep going here on the horror, at least with the collections, and then I'll go to the individual ones later, I guess. Let's see, what else is a collection, if anything? Well, okay, here's this one. This is, again, I bought this cheap, and I liked it because it had the Voodoo collection with it. Each one, all 7 films. It's the Saw series. To me, the first one's the best. After that, I think it goes downhill, but it does have the digital ones with this. I got it for like $8 at Walmart, so I can't complain about that. The Saw collection. And then just to show you this, I've got this one. Let me give this away. I've opened it. Well, actually, it was used, but I've never played it other than to play this, which is kind of cool.
You thought it was over, but the games have just begun.
Come on, that's pretty cool, huh? I thought it was. Picked this up at Ollie's Bargain place for like $5. I just think it's cool.
You thought it was over, but the games have just begun.
Yeah, it's the unrated collector's edition. Amusing. That's the Saw unrated collection there. Let's see, what else do I have? I got a whole bunch of collections in the back. We're up to 18 minutes here. Some of these are harder to get at because of where they're located, so I'm going to shimmy some of these over to here while I'm doing this. What's this? Here's another 8. Here's another 8 collection, which I'll do. I'm trying to do mainly the DVDs first, and then I'll get into the Blu-rays, which there are plenty. For no other reason than at some point I could get the Blu-rays for about the same price as the DVDs, so might as well get the Blu-ray when you can. But some of these collection things, you're only going to get, on the DVD, for the most part anyway. This is another 8 collection, like I said. This one is, 4 to a disc. Lionsgate. Talking Bloody Murder, Bloody Murder 2, Junior, Severed, which one is that one? Children of the Living Dead, okay. Creepy Crawlers, Deadly Species, and Carnivore. Not as familiar with these. I've watched Bloody Murder 2, typical slasher stuff. Haven't watched the rest of these. Alright. And let's see here. I might just as well go through the more collections here. I think I do. What do I have here? There's a collection, I mean. Okay. Let's see here. No, that's not. This is. Never even opened this one, so clearly I didn't watch this one yet. Okay, let's see. Oh, I can see why, because I already own most of these. Not all of them, though. That's probably why I bought it. I got this at Ollie's for $5. It's 6 movies talking about the Bride of Reanimator, Beyond Reanimator, Return of the Living Dead 3, Return of the Living Dead something, Rave to the Grave. One's called Necropolis, Rave to the Grave, and Regular 3, The Night of the Living Dead 3D. But this is the 2D version. Anyway, 6 movie pack for $4.99. As it says on the back here, $4.99 at Ollie's. Can't go wrong with that. Next, I have watched these. I'm a big fan of 2 of the movies. Actually, I'm a big fan of 3 of the movies, now that I think about it. Actually, I'm a big fan of all 4 movies, but I own one on Blu-ray. So I've got the remake of The Blob, which I thought was really good. Christine, which I own on Blu-ray. I like Demi Moore's The Seventh Sign. Interesting movie. And then, of course, Fright Night, Roddy McDowell. Watch these, decent quality. I thought they were fine. Again, you're remembering you're watching older movies that, they're even on Blu-ray, they're not going to be all that great. Here's 4 discs. Each one of these gets their own disc. This is, Warner Brothers puts out some decent ones, I thought. And these also have a couple extras on it, similar to the Hammer one I got. Big fan of a couple of these. I take it back. I'm a big fan of all these again. Cat's Eye, Drew Barrymore. Creep Show, which I thought was really good. Dolores Claiborne, which is a kind of a good spooky movie. And Dreamcatcher, to me, is really scary. I think that's a spooky movie. Good stuff. They're all good. What else we got here? Collections. Anything? Just looking to see. Well, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do have some of the collections here. So let's get into some of those, the DVDs anyway. What do we got here? Sorry about that. Okay. This one. This one I picked up dirt cheap. It's all zombie stuff, including White Zombie with Bela Lugosi. There's also The Last Man on Earth, which to me it was what I really wanted it for, with Vincent Price. I want to be able to have that in the collection. But it's got quite a few other ones on here that are worth watching. This is 12 film Flesh Fest, Zombies Unbrained. I'm not a huge fan of zombie movies. Got Carnival of Souls on here too. But, you can see the ones that are on here. Night of the Living Dead, House of the Living Dead, Mutant, The Last Man on Earth, we say the one I wanted, Oasis of the Zombies, The Snake People, Teenage Zombies, White Zombie, King of the Zombies, Dead Men Walk. Yeah, never been a huge fan of zombies, but you know what? They're making a big comeback, right, with The Walking Dead, and zombies have had sort of a rebirth, a revival. I guess that's good. Next, 12 Gorehouse Greats. This is another one that I picked up at Ollie's for like $7 or something. And I watched almost all these. I thought they were pretty good quality. This is another Mill Creek. When I see Mill Creek, it's usually pretty good. But what I don't like about some of these Mill Creek is they have, this one especially, is the flipper. So you've got these discs. It's like one movie on each side. Or 2 on each side, I should say. But they're flippers. But I'm a big fan of vampire movies. Probably my favorites. And this has a few different vampires on it. Blood of Dracula's Castle, Blood Mania, Brain Twisters, The Devil's Hand, The Madmen of Mandaris, Nightmare in Wax, Primeval, Satan's Slave, Stanley, Terrified Terror, and Trip with the Teacher. Yeah. A If you like gore, there you go. Still on the DVDs that are collections of stuff. Let's see. Okay, there's one here. Oh, sorry. Dropping stuff here. We'll get into the Blu-ray collections in the next video, and then probably the individual movies in the last one, I guess. Something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this stuff out as I go along here. This collection is... I think I paid like $20 for this off of Amazon. But it's got some great stuff. This is an MGM Scream Legends collection put out by MGM. Vincent Price. I like it. It's got, it's one of these things that's got, the slim cases inside. And you've got Tales of Terror, Twice Told Tales, Theater of Blood, Madhouse, Witchfinder General, which is just a classic, The Abominable Dr. Phibes, Dr. Phibes Rises Again, and then Vincent Price Collection Disc of Horrors, which is over an hour of behind-the-scenes material on the sinister talent of perhaps the most delectably terrifying actor in cinema's history, Vincent Price. Well, he certainly was great, no doubt about it. Love Vincent Price. One of my favorite horror actors. Let's see, those are all Blu-rays there. So, okay, we're left with, okay, that bunch right there. Okay, I think I can get at that easily enough. Kind of rearranging things here, guys, as I speak, just so I can get at some certain things, because I can't get at, and I'm trying to move the Blu-ray so I get at the DVDs, which are usually behind the Blu-rays, the way I have this set up. Okay, so let's see here. Those are all Blu-rays. Let's get to the DVDs here. I have four of these packs, which are 50 movies. This is another. These are all Mill Creeks. And these are the other. These are the ones I said. Sometimes I don't care for because they're in a stack. But these are okay. I don't mind these because they're not flippers. I'm not a big fan of the flipper disc. But this one is nice because, well, first of all, let me show you this front. It's called The Legends of Horror. Love the front cover. You see some of the stars that are going to be on here. Got 50 classic movies. All the discs. I'm going to have 3 or 4 movies on it. Here's this one right here. Disc 1. I'm kind of okay with that. They're all the same picture. None of them are any different. They're all Bela Lugosi on them. But then, what I like about this one, I'll show you this, and some of them have, well, all of them have this, is this little booklet, which you open, and it'll tell you what's on each of the discs, with a little background. So that's kind of a classy deal. Now, I'm not going to read you everything that's on this, but I will highlight a few that you may have heard of. I'll do that with all these. So you have some idea of what you're getting with this. Let's see. Alfred Hitchcock presents The Cheney Vase. Don't know that one. Alfred Hitchcock presents The Sorcerer's Apprentice. These are from the television show. So to me, that's worth it. The Ape Man with Bela Lugosi. Count Dracula and His Vampire Bride with Christopher Lee. The Devil Bat with Bela Lugosi. The Devil's Messenger, Lon Chaney Jr. End of the World with Christopher Lee. Barbara Steele and the Ghost. I have her on another one too. Horror Express with Christopher Lee. John Carradine in The Incredible Petrified World. Charles Lawton in Jamaica Inn. Yeah, classic stuff. The Lady Vanishes with Margaret Lockwood. That's, of course, Hitchcock film. I really wouldn't call that horror. Legacy of Blood. John Carradine again. The Lodger. Silent movie with that's the Alfred Hitchcock film. Let's see here, what else? The Nightmare Never Ends. The Ring from 1927. The Shadow of Silk Lennox with Lon Chaney Jr. She Beast with Barbara Steele. Shock with Vincent Price. You get the idea. You get some movies from older and newer. It's a 12-disc set with 50 movies, so you get the idea. That's again, that's Legends of Horror. What else we got? Next, we got one called Chilling. Over 73 hours of spine-chilling treasures. Like the cover of this. Featuring Yul Brynner, Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee, Jack Palance, Donald Pleasance, Vincent Price, and others. Here we go. And this one has... Yeah, this has got the... what I don't like, flipper discs. So I've labeled the outside package, not the disc itself, just the packaging with what number it is. But it does have, thank goodness, the booklet. So you get this booklet that tells you, you know, for instance, I Eat Your Skin, we know is on that first one. On side 1 and side 2 has got Scream Bloody Murder and other things. So get an idea there. I'll tell you some of the movies that are on here. Again, I don't like it as much as I like the other because, again, the other one had artwork on the disc and not flippers. So you got here, the advantage here is, though, there are fewer movies on each disc. So, you know, the quality may be a little better. Lady Frankenstein with Joseph Cotten. The Land of the Minotaur from 78 with Donald Pleasance. Medusa with George Hamilton. Nightmare in Wax, Passenger to Bali with E.G. Marshall, Vincent Price stars in one of these, Werewolf in a Girl's Dormitory, yeah, Christopher Lee, Horror Express again. So you're gonna have some overlap on some of these, which is, you know, to be expected, I suppose. Yeah, quite a few. Peter Falk. And Columbo, he's not Columbo, and it's called The Bloody Brood. The Alpha Incident, quite a few good things here. The Devil's Hand from 1962. Now, these are the kind of movies that I used to see, you know, on like Saturday morning. It's those kind of flicks, which I love. Okay, next up, another Mill Creek again. This one is not a flipper, so yay. It's got the same artwork that's on the cover on every disc. Looks like that. Pure Terror. Again, 50 movies. You can get these for about $10 at Walmart if you can still find them. Blood Sabbath, The Amazing Transparent Man, Crucible of Horror. Again, just giving you an idea here. The Eerie Midnight Horror Show, Frankenstein 1980 from 1972, Grave of the Vampire, Guru the Mad Monk, no idea, Horror Rises from the Tomb, The House That Screamed, John Carradine in Monster, aka Monstroid, Susan Blakely in My Mom's a Werewolf, I'll have to watch that soon. Gerald McCraney, Night of the Bloody Horror from 1969. Bela Lugosi, Scared to Death from 1946. Barbara Steele, Terror Creatures from the Grave. Dean Stockwell, The Werewolf of Washington. The Vampire's Night Orgy from 1973. So you get a lot of variety on these. Some are going to be good movies, some are going to be movies, but all of them are going to be entertaining. Even the, you know, I find these movies that are lower budget B movies, I guess, to be entertaining. So if you like that kind of stuff. Last, and this one had, I think, the flipper again, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the flippers. Hate the flipper discs, but I like this collection. I like the cover. I thought this one had some of the better ones on it. So this is the Horror Classics. Vincent Price, Karloff, Lugosi, Chaney, many more favorites. I see some overlaps, but not a ton. Atomic Age Vampire, The Bat with Vincent Price, Bluebeard with John Carradine, The Corpse Vanishes, Bela Lugosi, Creature from the Haunted Sea, Dementia 13, Giant Gila Monster, The Gorilla, The Hunchback of Notre Dame with Lon Chaney Sr., Indestructible Man, Lon Chaney Jr., The Invisible Ghost with Bela Lugosi, King of the Zombies, The Last Man on Earth again, Vincent Price, I hit that on another one, The Little Shop of Horrors with Jack Nicholson, Nightmare Castle with Barbara Steele. I've seen that. That's pretty good. Yeah. Phantom of the Opera, Lon Chaney Jr. So you got some classics on here. Again, there's some overlap. You're going to find 3 or 4 that are common to some of these, but love the cover of that with Lon Chaney Sr. on it. Good stuff. Okay, that is almost it. I got one more to show you. And I would say out of the DVDs, it is probably my favorite for lots of reasons. And that is okay, here we go. The Hammer Collection 21 disc collector's box set. One of these ones that opens up and then this top flips open like this. And then you've got this cross, but each one of these has a bunch of discs on it. So let me put this to the side here for a moment and just show you one of them. They're all similar. What I like about this is its Hammer, my favorite horror studio of all. Got a nice booklet in here that shows you not only kind of the making of, behind the scenes type stuff, some of the stars, pictures from some of the movies, but then you've got each movie that's in the set. A little description of each one, which is nice. So what movies are on here? Well, let's show you one of them. Oh, and you also get these little cards. I guess you'd call them, not for all of them, but for like 5 of them. For instance, you get, Frankenstein created a woman. And you get, there's 5 of those. I can go through all of them. And then you've got the collection. There's 2, 3, 4, it looks like 5 books. I like that each disc is individual. So here's She, the Nanny, Dracula, Prince of Darkness, The Plague of Zombies, and Rasputin, the Mad Monk. And each one is nice here. A little bit of artwork on most of them. Not all of them, but most of them. Yeah. Good stuff. Loved Rasputin, the Mad Monk. That's a Christopher Lee role. To me, one of my favorite roles he was ever in. I wouldn't even have known it's Christopher Lee except for I know it's Christopher Lee. But he's very good in that. So that's the set. I probably should tell you every movie that's on here because it's well worth finding. And you can get it on Zavvi.com, I suppose. So let me tell you what's on here. To the Devil a Daughter, Demons of the Mind, Fear in the Night, Straight On Till Morning, Blood from the Mummy's Tomb, The Horror of Frankenstein, Scars of Dracula, Prehistoric Women, The Devil Rides Out, The Vengeance of She, Quatermass and the Pit, Frankenstein Created Woman, The Viking Queen, 1,000,000 Years BC, The Witches, The Reptile, Rasputin the Mad Monk, The Plague of the Zombies, Dracula, Prince of Darkness, The Nanny, and She. Yeah. Great stuff. All of them somewhat in the horror vein. Some more than others, but certainly all have their roots in horror. So that is the Hammer Collection. Yeah, really, really happy with that. And that is, on DVD anyway, the collector pieces. I've also got some other stuff that I'll be showing on DVD later on. But I just wanted to show the ones that contain multiple movies for now. And that is it on DVD, I believe. So if I come across any more, I'll show them the next time around. But I think that's it. Again, these are kind of scattered over a few different shelves. Because of just the way I put things. I usually put things I want to watch in one area, things I've already watched in another. And generally I try to put the horror in the same general area, but some of it gets mixed up with sci-fi because I find the two to be sometimes similar. Anyway, that's it for now, guys.